Okay, who's responsible this? Midbus, what are you doing here? You want to know if I've seen a troll with green hair come... TERRA me! To start off Part 4, we have a robot which combines fun, style, and a little bit of childlike whimsy. No, not you, Clown Man, you suck! Let's get Magic Man in here. Oh my god, I just love this robot style. I mean, just look at this guy and tell me he doesn't look the part of a magician. As for his stage, it incorporates the elements from the Carnival stage from Mega Man 8. So yeah, Clown Man did it first, but Magic Man did it right. I mean, there's trains, wind-up pirates, toy soldiers, rotating blocks, and even a mini-boss that... Wait, that looks... familiar. Oh yeah. The fight with Magic Man even plays out like a magic show. He deals out cards that steal your health, shoots energy balls from his cane, and throws balls that release homing doves. Maybe this is where Harvey Moisevich Volodarsky from No More Heroes got the idea. Anyway, after this fun fight, you get the Magic card, which can shoot through walls and even grab items. Everything about Magic Man puts a smile on my face, and that's why he earns a spot in the top 20.
Professor, allow me to deal with this.
ELEC Man?
Now, it may come as a shock to you to only see ELEC Man at number 19 on this list, but there's no denying that he's a great robot master. Now, you all know about his striking design, and I don't really think I need to say anything about it. Of course, we also all know his stage, classic vertical scrolling with disappearing blocks, electric bolts, continuously spawning enemies, and the awesomely useful magnet beam. Yay! And then there's the challenge of fighting ELEC Man himself. His thunder beam takes up a lot of room and can be tricky to jump over unless you use the terrain to your advantage, or get him locked into a pattern. Speaking of the thunder beam, it's known for being one of the most devastating weapons in the original game, and for being able to fire in 3 directions at once. Hell yeah, I say! I also have to give him credit for his personality and powered up. As strong as he is, they made him a bit of a narcissist.
My battles are blindingly beautiful, aren't they? Even if you were to call lightning from the sky with your thunderous voice, you will never pierce my gorgeous heart. Freezing, numbness, what beauty. It pains me to have to end this beauty.
That's funny. To sum it all up, ELEC Man is one high-voltage boss who has a lot going for him. Definitely worthy of a spot on this list.
You know, maybe it's because I've recently acquired an appreciation for all things diamond related, but nonetheless, I love the Robot Master Jewel Man.
But isn't he a ruby?
Shut up, Fujoshi. Let's go into further detail, shall we? First off, this stage is stunning. The name of the game is aesthetically pleasing because the patterns of gems and the decadent color scheme really are a treat for the eyes. And, in addition to the pleasing design, my first time playing this level was actually a fun challenge because of the enemy assortment. Some were easy, but the rest were... Spiders? Spiders? Spiders! And the layout is really reminiscent to some of the early on Zelda dungeons, especially with the swinging puzzle a few minutes in and a mini-boss! What madness is this? After traversing your way through more of this beautiful, frustrating stage, you finally walk down a solitary hallway and then you meet the master of fabulousness himself, Jewel Man. At first glance, Jewel Man's fight pattern isn't much. He charges right at you. However, the diamonds that he has rotating around him create a reflective barrier that it will be your job to figure out how to get through. And the awesome soundtrack just continues on. I mean, listen to it. It just shows how glamorous How fabulous!
I'm fabulous!
Jewel Man really is. And once you manage to defeat him, you too shall gain the ability to be fabulous. With the super sparkly Jewel Satellite! Just think of all the manly man points you'll gain by using this thing!
Hey look, another mythological robot master!
Hey look, who cares?
Go home, Hades. Just go home. Oh boy, is this guy awesome. TENGU Man is the second robot master to appear in both Mega Man 8 and in Mega Man in Base, and he happens to be my favorite in both games. Being a fan of mythology, I'm glad Capcom went with a TENGU to base a robot master on. They just look friggin' cool. As far as the stages, let's look at Mega Man in Base first. Starting off with an auto-scrolling section with some fragile balloons, you come to an area with a branching path. They eventually lead to the same area, with typhoons and cracked pipes that spout out wind. However, I like his stage in Mega Man 8 better. The scrolling sections aren't forced scrolling, it's just wind that pushes you along. And there's also sections with bubbles and spikes, and even a 2D shooter section on the Rush Jet, where you take on a battleship. The fights are similar between the games. He'll spend most of the fight in the air, pausing to shoot the tornado hold, or dive at you. He does have one exclusive attack in each version though. In 8, he'll attack you with a ball of wind that can trap you, and in Mega Man in Base, he'll slash at you with his fan. Now for his weapons. While the Tengu Blade is cool and all, I prefer the tornado hold, because it can help you reach higher ground. Kind of like... Another thing I find interesting is that he has 3 different themes. I prefer the theme from the Saturn version of Mega Man in 8 the most, but that's me. Overall, TENGU Man is one badass beast that is not to be messed with.
Are you worthy of my challenge?
Hey! What just happened?
Yes, that is the leader of the Star Droids, TERRA, and he just pwned Mega Man with a single shot. This dude is responsible for setting the events of Mega Man 5 on Game Boy into motion. I mean, he drops in from out of nowhere and Mega Man's most powerful shot doesn't do jack shit to him. Doesn't this remind you of something? You see, this is why we got the Mega Arm. You actually encounter him again after the first wave of Star Droids and we're ready to psych! He sends out Dark Moon to kill you. Put simply, it's another devil-type boss. You don't actually fight TERRA until after the second group, and he is pissed. So now it's payback time. His attack pattern is simple. He has 2 types of projectiles, a tracking laser and a shot that paralyzes you. Not bad, but one gripe I have is that his weakness couldn't be more obvious if, well, you get the idea. At least you get an epic weapon from beating him, the Spark Chaser, which can deliver up to 3 hits and tracks enemies. That is just plain sweet, and definitely worthy of this alien invader who has Raditz' hair. No, seriously, just dye it black, give him a scouter, and he's basically Raditz. Seriously, Capcom, is this what you were going for?
Imagine this. It's a nice sunny day in Winnett. You're sitting there, enjoying the breeze, and suddenly, a big scary robot comes and shoots you with his laser. I'm fine, but I do wonder, what was the robot that hit me? Well, let's go do some research. I think I figured out what happened. This giant robot is what humans from the real world call a robot master. They appear in the strange universe of the Mega Man series. This one, Robot Master, seems to come from Mega Man 5 on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Gravity Man. That was the name of this thing that attacked me. From what I remember, the Robot Master had a red color with a strange cone-like design around its head. And now that I think about it, despite the fact that this robot nearly killed me, the design is unique, and this color palette is awesome. because it has red. What's this? During my research, I found that one has defeated Gravity Man. This creature's name is Rockman? Strange name, but it seems he defeated Gravity Man using a weapon known in that universe as the Star Crash. Maybe, if I find this weapon, I can defeat Gravity Man. But I'll save that for later. From what I can tell, Gravity Man isn't without his defenses. He has a weapon that temporarily reverses gravity, and according to this book on Robot Masters, I have to fight his minions and traverse through a stage known as Gravity Man's Stage. His creativity is stunning. But I hear in this area, one music track plays constantly. There's a CD in this book. Let's pop it into the CD player. Wow, for a guy so violent, he sure has some jammin' music. And amazing. A handwritten note from Rockman himself describing the battle with Gravity Man. Dear reader, thank you for doing research on Gravity Man. Even though he was defeated, there is a possibility that Wily may bring him back. During my quarrel with Gravity Man, he flipped gravity up and down. Though, with the help of the Star Crash, I was able to beat him in seconds. And even when I fought him again, he went down very easily with the Mega Buster. Thank you for doing your research, Rockman. Interesting note. Overall, from my research, I can tell that Gravity Man was quite the unique robot master. His gravity manipulation was a unique power. His design, while strange, was still awesome. And though he may go down easily, he was still a robot master not to be messed with. And, what's this? A picture of him from the Mega Man manga. He looks stupid. Hey, I found one bad thing about Gravity Man.
Well everyone, it's finally time. I'm going to talk about my personal favorite Robot Master of all time from my favorite Mega Man game of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Slash Man. After all your long waiting and perseverance, I'm going to talk about Slash Man. Okay, I know not many of you actually cared, but let's just roll with it. There are a number of things that make this Robot Master stick out from the rest. First of all, his design. I mean, really, just look at him. He looks like a Super Saiyan Wolverine with a lumberjack's beard. As a robot. Second, his level is debatably the best in the game. His level is a robotic dinosaur nature preserve, complete with riding dinosaurs over spike pits, a freaking chase scene with a T-Rex, and the satisfaction of setting a forest alight. Oh, and the music in this level? Awesome! Now onto the battle with Slash Man. Even with his weapon weakness, the Freeze Cracker, this fight will be challenging. His strategy is to hide off screen and toss eggs from the ceiling, which if hit directly will render your weapon useless and impair your movement. He then proceeds to dive bomb you, which is hard to dodge even if you've dodged the eggs. And the final thing that makes Slash Man one of the best is his weapon, the Slash Claw. You may be thinking, Speed, how in the whole name of Tim Tams is a short-range weapon gonna help you in a game where you jump and shoot? Well, in most situations this weapon isn't very useful, but think of it this way. Your attack is to literally bitch slap your opponents. Do I even need to back up my argument any further?
Started talking shit, wouldn't you know? I reached back like a pimp and I slapped the hoe.
At lucky number 13 on this list is the leader of the Genesis unit, Buster Rod G. This guy is just really cool. He's named after Sun Wukong, otherwise called Son Goku, though he has more of a resemblance to San than Goku from DBZ. His stage takes place in the jungle, borrowing many elements from Snake Man's stage, such as the cloud platforms and the giant snake for a mini-boss. There are also some enemies from other various stages in the first 3 games that can throw you off, as well as some tricky platforming. As for the fight, most of his strategy comes from the staff he carries. Not only will he attack you with it, but he'll also block your shots with it and attack you with his after images. However, he's the only member of the Genesis unit that you actually fight twice. Now before you say Orochi from Okami, however, the second fight, which takes place in Wily's Tower 3, is completely different. This time, he's pelting you with energy shots while the very floor you're standing on is crumbling beneath your feet. Now this is how you do a rematch. Kind of ironic though. These bosses were designed after characters from Journey to the West, but the game never actually made the Journey to the West except through that stupid Sega channel. Oh well, I still think Buster Rhymes G is awesome. Back in my earlier years, I was a member of a boys' choir in my old hometown of Green Bay. One trip our touring group took was to England. We saw the Tower Bridge, the Tower of London, the Yellow Submarine. It was great! But enough childhood memories. It's time for England's representative in Mega Man 6, Nightman. According to his bio, he is said to have defeated over 1,000 opponents in battle. With a style like his, it's easy to see why. His stage is set in a medieval castle, filled with traps like spiked ceilings, conveyor belts, scholar-like enemies, and these springs that bounce you all over the place. I mean, what kind of capital of science is this anyway? Fighting him can be annoying since he has a shield which can block your attacks, unless you have the Yamato Spear. You can hit him from behind, but if you'd rather take the path of honor, your best chance is when he throws his mace at you, thus leaving him open to attack. Once you bring him down, you earn the Night Crush, which is a mace ball attached to a chain which the NES was apparently unable to render. It's powerful in spite of its short range. One interesting tidbit is that this Robot Master was one of 2 that won a Robot Master design contest in Nintendo Power. The other one was Windman. Wow, I wish I had that kind of artistic talent in robot design. Anyways, Nightman is powerful, honorable, and my favorite Robot Master in Mega Man 6. Holy shit, man! Tornado Man is freaking awesome! This dude is one of the most popular Robot Masters in Mega Man 9, and it's not very hard to understand why. First, let's look at his stage. It's another sky stage, but it's very well designed. There are these magnetic spinning platforms that make this look like Paper Mega Man, hot air balloons and umbrellas for enemies, an ice section, and an area with rain and wind that affect your movement. In short, this stage is like a weather forecast come to life. And I just love the music in this stage. When you fight Tornado Man, you need to be careful. He'll make tornadoes rise from the ground which not only hurt you, but cause you to jump higher, which is especially dangerous because there are spikes on the ceiling. Not only that, he can float up and dive bomb you, but the reward is well worth it. The tornado blow creates a storm of cyclones that blow enemies off the screen, and it can even raise platforms and help you jump. As for his design, I just love it. It reminds me a bit of Harpuya from the Zero series, which makes sense because it was also developed by Inti Creates. Even with all this going for him, however, Tornado Man barely missed out on the top 10. So, who surpassed him? Well, find out next time in the grand finale of this monster list.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?